Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So it is that time of the month again where I get to go over some of my empties from the month of October. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into them. So to start off with, I finally finished off this bottle of Equate nail polish. I've had this for about a year now, so worked my way through that. It's a pretty good nail polish. I think it paid less than $1.50 for it, so, and it did its jobs really well. So then I finally finished this L'Oreal Extraordinary Clay Conditioner. This is supposed to be for oily roots and dry ends. I feel like this made my hair a lot more oily than it needed to be. My hair is just I used to bleach my hair, so my scalp is still trying to adjust from having to overcompensate for the really dry bleached hair and now having my natural hair. My natural hair kind of comes down to about right here. So this was an okay conditioner. I liked it better when I had bleached hair, but I'm glad to be rid of it now. And then I finished up this Paul Mitchell Extra Body Shampoo. No, I did not use a shampoo and conditioner up at the same time. I finished this about a week before I finished this guy. But this was a pretty good shampoo. I will not be repurchasing this at all because it does have sulfates in it, and I have found that my scalp is pretty sensitive to sulfates anymore. So if I use like a sulfate shampoo consecutively over a couple of days, I end up breaking out with some sores on my head and it gets over dry. So I've switched my shampoo now to a brand that I do really like. This was good, but I just won't be repurchasing because of the sulfates. Then I used up this Batiste dry shampoo. I do really like this. This is my favorite brand. I did repurchase actually 2 dry shampoos from the brand. I'm trying out the dark brunette one that's not supposed to leave that white cast on your head, and I like it, except for like I noticed like I start getting like brown spots all over my face where my face is wet and my hair brushes up against that. Then I also purchased a large one in the tropical scent. I do like this blush scent though. It's pretty nice. It's not super overpowering. And then I only used one of my Neutrogena makeup wipes this month because I've been really good about actually washing my face instead of just using a makeup wipe. So yay! Okay, so couple face products here. This isn't so much a use up at all. I've had this for going on a year and a half now. This is the Clean & Clear Persa Gel. It's gonna expire in a month, and I've already repurchased, purchased a new acne treatment. I don't get acne that often, so I don't use something like this very often. So it's not surprising that I didn't use, because I'm using it maybe once every 2 weeks, and just, you know, if you've ever used some of these, you only use a tiny little bit to cover up the acne spot. So this isn't an empty, but this is a get rid of because it's gonna expire. All right, so I used up finally the Pharmacy Honey Potion. This kind of makes me really happy and then kind of really sad because this was really expensive. I purchased this in September of 2017, so I had it for just a little over a year. And I did really enjoy this mask. I want to say this was like $60. This was very expensive, but the fact that it lasted me a full year was pretty nice. This mask is a warming mask, if you don't know what it is. So that's the whole, I tried this in a sample first, and then I loved it so much I went out and bought the full-size product. What it is you put this on originally, and it's this like yellow stuff, and you rub it in and it starts warming up, and it feels like you're putting like a warm washcloth on your skin, and it's so warm and comforting, and it feels really good. And my skin feels really nice afterwards. I haven't noticed anything like any other skin benefits besides the great feeling that this mask gives, and then just like some skin softness after. But I do really like this mask. I would definitely get some sample sizes of this, or like little trial travels. I don't know if I would repurchase a full-size product of it. All right. So I finally used this up. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I love this. I have already repurchased this. I have another one in my closet. I just used the last of it this morning. So I will be grabbing that one out by tomorrow and using up my brand new one. But this was a really, really good moisturizer. I have really dry skin, so originally I didn't think this would be enough, but this is perfect in the morning for moisturizing my skin right before putting on makeup, because if I put on too heavy of a moisturizer, it will break up my foundation really quickly, and this doesn't do that. This is a nice lightweight moisturizer, but it's still hydrating enough for my dry skin. Then I used up this sample face cleanser from First Aid Beauty. This is just the regular face cleanser, I think. I like this, not enough to purchase the full size though. It didn't do much in the way of removing my makeup or anything, or improving anything on my skin, so it's not worth the price to me. Okay, then I used this Fizz and Bubble Peppermint Lip Scrub. This is from their Christmas collection from last year, so I'm glad that I finally used this up. I have a couple of, this would be my third Fizz and Bubble lip scrub that I've used up entirely, so I do really like their lip scrubs. I wasn't a fan of the peppermint taste of this one though, so I probably would not repurchase this flavor if they came out with it again this Christmas season. All right, so into the makeup. I have some, I kept thinking that I did not have a lot of makeup products, but I do. All right, so probably the most exciting thing is I finally used up the last of my Stay Matte from Rimmel. This was a long work in process because I started out with dang near, you can see right here, like dang near a full thing, and I've just been working and working my way down to the last bit of it. So I finally used this up. I can finally get rid of this and say goodbye. I do actually really like this powder, and I would repurchase this. This is a very finely milled powder, and it does a really good job. Not so much at mattifying my face, because like I said, I have dry skin, and it's not so much about mattifying my face, but keeping my foundation from creasing. So like around my nose area, my laugh lines, my smile lines, and all of that, I get a lot of creasing there. So this did a really good job at setting my foundation and preventing that. So I would repurchase. I do have quite a few powders that I need to work through before I go and repurchase or purchase a new powder. So I won't be picking this up again anytime soon, but I do recommend it. All right, I have two concealers. So first off, I have the this little trial size of the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer. I love this concealer. I've bought a full size of this in my correct shade. This is the shade Light 2 Vanilla. I have Light 1 Enchantalily. I do really like this concealer. This is a really good natural looking concealer underneath my eye area. It does crease, so I do have to set it with a powder, but I feel like my e.l.f. under eye setting powder does a good job at setting that under eye area and preventing creasing, but not having it look dry and creepy and icky. So, and then I love this concealer. This is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I have like scraped the bottom. I actually went out and bought a pencil specifically, so not only for this one, but this one as well, because I had such a hard time getting the bottom of this because it's got such a thin, like narrow tube. I bought this at Cosmetics specifically so I could get the last bit of these concealers done with, because I love this concealer. It's very affordable, and I can see myself picking it up again in the next couple months, but I do want to work through some of the other concealers that I have in my collection before I do make a repurchase. So I do really love this concealer. This is the shade C1 for reference. So I'm done with those two. I finished up this Total Temptations brow pencil. I am so happy to be done with this. I do not really care for this that much. It's a little bit too big for my brows. I don't have like super thin brows, but I don't have really thick brows either. So this just is really creamy and just dispenses a lot of product. So it's really hard to get like a natural like gradient look on the beginning of my brow. And then the spoolie, I'm not a big fan of the little spoolie. So I'm glad to be done with this. I've been working on this for, I want to say 5 months now. So I am so glad to be done with it. I will not repurchase that one. The shade was actually really good for me though. This is the shade medium brown. It did match my brows really well. Alright, I finished up a NYX Epic ink liner. To be honest, I'm not actually certain how long I've had this one. I know I haven't had it for 4 months, any longer than 4 months. But I don't think I've had it for the full 3 months that I keep my liners. I am deciding to get rid of it though, because the brush on here is kind of getting a little wonky and I'm seeing some weird things happen that I haven't seen with my other liners. So I figure it's just time to go ahead and get rid of that one. Right now I've been working with my Physicians Formula Lash Booster one. This is another felt tip, or not felt tip, brush tip liner. I do really like this one. I don't like it as much as the Epic ink liner, so after I am done with the Physicians Formula one, I will probably go back to the Epic ink one. Another product that I used up is the a trial size of the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I do really like this product. I have never liked how it smells. It stinks, so I probably would not buy the full size of this. To me, like, don't get me wrong, this is great for special occasions when you really need your brows to stay in place, but between the stench of it and just this makes my brows really crispy. I don't use this on a day-to-day basis, so yeah, I probably would never repurchase the full size of this. Now, that being said, if I ever got another sample size of this, I wouldn't complain. Okay, and then finally, last product, I used up my Tarte Amazonian Clay Stick Foundation. I have mixed feelings about this foundation. It is a really good shade match for me, but it is not the best foundation for my skin type. It's a little bit, it's mattifying, but it never dries down unless you set it with a powder. And and when I set it with a powder, then it looks really cakey and thick, and I just didn't really like that. So, but then there were some days where it would look really nice, but this is kind of just like every other day it would look nice, and then some days it would look horrible. So I probably would not repurchase this just because of how expensive it is. I did do a full review on this foundation if you're interested. I don't know if I highly doubt it will be up by the time this video goes up, because I'm planning on having this up before the end of October, but yeah, keep an eye out. I will be doing a full review on this foundation. Alright, so that is it for my empties for the month of October. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. If you made it through to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please sure to give a thumbs up for this video and subscribe to stay updated on any future videos that I have. Thank you for watching. Bye!